So we're going to do another Ben & Jerry's flavour. This one is the salted caramel brownie, but the topped version. And with Joe Biden now, the President of the United States, he's a big ice cream fan. So at some point we'll do something with that, but we'll get onto this one now. So what is the salted caramel brownie topped? I mean, it's a vanilla ice cream with salted caramel swirl, brownie chunks, the little chocolate chunks as well, but they're ampersand shaped. We don't have that, so I'm going to use a different one. That's all then topped with a milk chocolate layer on top, and that's it. So nice easy one, hopefully, to make. Let's just crack on and do it. So we're going to start with making the little chocolate shapes. So for that we're going to use the chocolate callets that we use in lots of our videos. You can use whatever chocolate you like, dark chocolate. I mean, something around the 50 to 70% mark would be ideal for this, but whatever you've got is absolutely fine. So we're going to make those up now and get them in the mold. So to make the brownies, put your butter and chocolate in the microwave bowl. Once that's melted in the microwave, add your sugar and your 3 eggs, and then give it a really good stir. You want to make sure that those eggs and sugar are incorporated well into that mix. That's going to be the basis of how good your brownies are. Then you're going to need a much bigger bowl than I used. In that, put your flour, your baking powder and your salt, along with 3 tablespoons of high quality cocoa. Add in your brownie batter, and then again give that a really good stir. Make sure you don't have a flour explosion everywhere. Once your batter's ready, take it out and put it in a lined baking pan. This is an 8x8, but just use whatever you got. Once it's done, pop it in the oven, 170 for 30 minutes, and you're good to go. So for the caramel sauce, we actually had some of this left over from our fish food ice cream. So I'm not going to make a salted caramel sauce when I've got that. There's no point wasting good caramel sauce. So I'm sure Ben & Jerry's are going to really hate me for using Jude sauce in the ice cream, but it is what it is. So to make this Ben & Jerry's ice cream, we're going to use one of the recipes from their book. I'll put a picture on B-roll just in case you didn't see this one. And we're going to use the sweet cream base #1. Now on this, it's a very simple recipe, and I'm absolutely positive that they don't use this for any of their ice creams, because they'll use some mass-produced, heavily stabilised, maybe a non-cooked base. It's quite possibly a non-cooked base, but the importance is the stabiliser. There's lots of different types of stabiliser out there, from different gums to powders to eggs in custards, lots of kind of things. What difference do they do? They're all slightly different, but essentially they'll create a softer ice cream that lasts better or longer in the freezer. If you don't put a stabiliser in of some kind, or you don't use enough sugar in your ice cream, it will freeze like a brick, and you'll have to leave it for around 15-20 minutes before you can eat it. And no one wants that. You want to take the ice cream out the freezer, dig in, and eat the whole tub. Maybe that's just me. This ice cream is really simple to make. First, you're going to put your eggs into the bowl and then slowly combine the sugar, whisking really well. Make sure that sugar is incorporated. Then add your milk and cream, giving that a final whisk, make sure it's all combined. And then lastly is your vanilla extract. You can use vanilla pods if you like, but we're going to use the nice Nielsen Macy vanilla extract, good quality one. Once that's all made, then just get it in your ice cream maker. And it will take about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what one you've got. Once it's ready, we'll come back to you. See you in 30. Right, so what we're going to do is load the tub up, and we're going to layer in the brownies and the chocolate, and then finally swirl in some nice sauce. From that point, we'll put it in the freezer for about half an hour just to make the ice cream go off. Then we'll take it back out and do the chocolate top. So the final part of this ice cream is the chocolate top, the topped part of it. But we're going to make it with a crackle top type of chocolate. So the stuff that you put on top of ice cream and it goes hard, you crack your spoon through it. I mean, it's stuff that has been around for donkey's years, almost as long as I have. So to do that, we're going to use coconut oil and just our 70% chocolate. Put 1 teaspoon of coconut oil into 100 grams of chocolate, put it in a microwave for however long it takes, 30 seconds, something like that, but make sure you check it, stir it well, and then what we're going to do now is put it straight on top of the ice cream. layer it onto the ice cream nice and quick because you want to get it straight back into the freezer and leave it in there for at least a couple of hours. And that's all there is to it. We'll come back to you in probably 12 hours, next day, tomorrow, something like that, and we'll show you what the result is. So it's the next day, 24 hours later, give or take, and this has been in the freezer all that time, and I'm quite excited to see what it looks like. So I'm just going to take the top off. Chocolate looks good. What does the chocolate top sound like? Now I tried to get an actual tub of this from the supermarket, but the only flavours available at the moment, I mean, UK is still on lockdown, were chocolate fudge brownie and fish food, and cookie dough. So I couldn't get another one to compare it to, but how does I mean, listen to that. That's the chocolate top, that's what you want. You don't want it too hard, you don't want it rock solid, but it needs to be hard enough to give you a good kind of crunch. So I think we just need to dig some out the pot. Let's go. Oh yeah. I mean, one thing that instantly comes to mind is that this is made with the Ben & Jerry's sweet cream base, #1 in their recipe book. It's quite light, and I don't usually use this. I like my ice creams, noise. I like my ice creams a bit more denser, like me. So it was a bit of a shock making this one. Like I said, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that me personally, I would prefer a slightly denser ice cream. And that's what you get when you buy Ben & Jerry's ice cream from the shops. You don't get this kind of base. So why are they giving that to you in their recipe book? I don't know. But what does it taste like? It does taste good. It tastes very creamy. The texture's good, it's just a little bit light for me, but the texture is still soft. It's got a good mouthfeel, if you will. Nice, lovely brownies, obviously homemade brownies. Nice brownies, the caramel sauce, Jude's. That tastes really good as well. I mean, like I said, you do need that substantial chocolate top, because in the actual Ben & Jerry's one, when you crack through that chocolate, it just all disintegrates. It's a wafer thin layer, but at least if you make this yourself, you can make it as thick or as thin as you want it, and with whatever chocolate you want as well. And something else I just wanted to mention as well is when you make this chocolate top, and it's for all of those kind of crackle tops that you can use on ice cream, I used this coconut oil because that's what we had in the cupboard. But this is the flavoured version. I actually don't get the flavour through because I've used a 70% chocolate, so the chocolate's got enough flavour to actually mask it. But if you do use this method, try and use a flavourless coconut oil, because then you won't get any of that interfere with the actual chocolate taste. I hope you enjoy making this one, and please do take some pictures, send them to us so we can see what your creations are like. But that's it for this one. Next week it's a Nutella special, because I think it's International Nutella Day. So we're going to try and do something a bit ice creamy with that. But thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Take care.